Cinema Verite.
What's up? We are getting back from a trip to San Juan, Puerto Rico, a place I had never been before that I'm very excited to go back again. And part of getting there was booking the trip via Southwest. And you were the Southwest maven, hooked it all up. How did you find Southwest, and how did you book the plane?
Well, Southwest I've used before. Okay. I had used it in 2022. At that point, I hadn't flown. The last time I had flown before then was 2006. And just through, having our child and different family health issues and stuff like that, hadn't been on a plane since. So really like Southwest. 2 free check bags. Right. You still get to bring a carry-on and a personal item on. So it really saves you a lot of money, because a lot of the airlines, they'll charge you $50 for the first bag, or if you use Google Flights, sometimes it's like $70 or $80 per bag. So you can't really beat it if you're taking a lot of stuff. And we didn't have a ton of stuff, but I just didn't want the stress of me having to carry on, you having to carry on, our child having to carry on. So I took the risk and checked my bag, but I always bring a little baggie with me that has underclothes and at least one outfit, just in case they lose my stuff.
They don't really scrutinize you with the bags and stuff. They would really a lot of airlines, they'll look over your bag and pick it up and shake it and shit. But none of that. They're just like, hey, get on a plane. And it's always you. Yeah. Because I carry a little man bag. You can't have the little small man bag and the carry-on bag. So I mastered the art of putting the man bag inside a suitcase. Nobody bothered me. And the stewardesses?
Flight attendants.
Flight attendants. They were very helpful in helping arrange the bag that would allow everybody to put their stuff in little racks. They had a little formula down. Put it this way, put it that way. So they were very helpful, very nice. So I enjoyed the flight.
Yeah, so as far as Southwest, my biggest complaint is the open seating. And the flight attendant saying, find a seat during the boarding process. But then you had people sitting at the aisle seat with 2 empty seats next to each other. Move over, Sally.
Right. But your complaint is a positive to me. Mm-hmm. I don't want to have somebody pick a seat and I sit next to a person that I just don't want to be, I don't fly with, right? Mm-hmm. That happened to me on another budget airline. I sit next to a former aging woo girl. I mean, this lady, I'm not going to say, she was an older lady, but she was just trying to get a little last woo-ness out. She had a little woo girl hat, and she's moving around in the seat too much, took her shoes off, feet was stanking. And I really didn't enjoy it. And she had a baby.
Okay.
And the baby was just a free range baby.
Just grabbing
She had no little latch on or nothing. Baby just latching on to me and shit, all in my face. Babies are cute for like 2 seconds, then I'm not cute. So I would say that to you.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead. So what else did you like? What are more your dislikes about it?
Well, I already said the open seating I don't like. I think it brings anxiety. You have to check in 24 hours ahead of time and to get, are you in A group, B group, or C group? And so it's like you have to wait in line and all of that stuff to see, when you're going to get your seat. Out of the 4 flights, the 2 flights. Yeah, 2 flights each time coming and going. Yeah, we were on A group one time, so that was nice. But I think it brings anxiety. I'm glad they're going to change their policy to where you can have a specific seat, so I don't have to wait for Miss Sally to move over. It's like,
The pre-boarding process was very efficient. There was no hiccups in that except for on the way back. We had to check in twice, right? Check our baggage twice in San Juan.
Oh, in San Juan. Yeah, they put it through a scanner. It's like an X-ray scanner. And I'm thinking, we must be done. So maybe they're just going to check our person and, take your shoes off and not the bag. But they still did check the bag. You still had to take your electronics out and all that, correct? Didn't you still have to take out your laptop?
You had to do it twice.
Yeah, so I think it was because of customs or something.
I got my chicken cooked. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, so that was the only thing, and that wasn't so clear to me. So I think if they could put even like a 1 first come here. Second, go over there. Like feed it to me like I'm a toddler,
Plus it was
because
early in the morning.
it was so packed for 3:30 in the morning.
3:30 in the morning and 2 check-ins is not a good thing.
Oh my gosh.
They check your bags thoroughly both times.
Yeah.
I left my bag. That's how messed up I was. If we had to like circle back, my bag would have been lost. I had computers and shit. But their TSA agents were super nice and super friendly. That's
nice.
part of the vibe of the whole island. Actually, they were the island people were kind. People on the island were kind, and so were the TSA agents. But I found refreshing compared to the dickheads. I guess it's called mainland USA. I don't know, whatever. I found it refreshing.
Yeah. Now we like the snacks on Southwest.
Yes.
I was nodding off at one point, and it's like, then you have snacks falling from the air into my hands. They have these flavored pretzels that are really good.
Really good, man.
And then
a whole can of Coke one time.
Yeah.
A whole can.
And I had cranberry juice one time, 2 times, and everything.
The pilots were really professional. We had some really fucked up turbulence on the second flight, right?
On the way to San Juan from Baltimore to San Juan, it was very bad turbulence, and I felt bad. I knew that we were gonna survive it, but I just felt bad because this was like we had the layover in Baltimore, so this was my son's only second time in a plane, and the bad part is some people were standing up. I think they were trying to go to the bathroom. Flight attendants kept saying, stay seated, stay seated. So when we jerked, you've got people falling over onto other people because they were standing up. And so it made it really tough. A lot of prayer, and a lot of singing.
It was people singing, like doing spiritual hymns and shit. And
like me.
One dude was praying. The dude behind me was... I had never experienced that before, so I was nervous. Other people got nervous. And I still want to die at 10,000 feet.
And I take a medication that helped me to be calm, because otherwise my heart would have been beating like
my
this.
My legs and shit was shaking.
And so... I
sound like a straight chump ass.
Yeah, no. You hadn't flown in a while.
I hadn't flown in like 9 years.
And it was, and I think even people who fly a lot, that was rough turbulence.
Yeah.
But the flights home were pretty good. Just a little bit. As long as you know you're gonna dip, sometimes you're gonna
landing
like you're gonna do the motorcycle.
Yeah, right.
You're gonna do the motorcycle sometimes.
The landing in Louisville, I could do without that.
It was a little like choppy.
A little weird.
I don't know. Yeah.
They kept saying, we're in Louisville. I'm like, if we're in Louisville, how come we ain't landed yet? Like, it felt like it was said, we're in Louisville, but he dipped and he turned around. You ever be in a plane and you're looking straight, then the plane starts to turn? That's what that shit was doing. It was doing all this shit. I was like, man, you know what he's doing? I don't know. Yeah, the landing was a little weird, but other than that. When you hear the plane wheels come out, I get excited.
Yeah.
You always hear them. Yeah, great land, baby.
Yeah. And then when you're taxiing, it feels kind of cool. It's like, we're just driving.
And everybody starts to come over. Yeah. Driving.
Now, when we had the rough flight to San Juan, I started the clapping.
Yeah, she saw it, and everybody joined in.
But then the one leaving San Juan, going to Orlando, the other people started clapping, and then I joined in. Yeah, people, I've been reading online, people are clapping more when we land safely.
They should.
Due to all of the stuff going on.
They should. Well, that's about wraps it up. It's our little Southwest adventures. That we'll have more talks like this about trips and stuff. So, what you got to add?
All right. You can find me at Friend Cares for You Therapist. And where can they find you?
Nelly-On-The-Run on YouTube.
All right.